Before I begin, I would like to pose a question. Should underreported issues of our society be classified as non-existing? It is evident that in America, society tends to only focus on the controversial problems like gun control, abortion, and the legalization of marijuana. People forget about the underreported issues that are masked and dominated by the nationwide debated topics. Among these underreported problems lies domestic abuse in Asian American families. Growing up in an Asian community, I was taught that domestic abuse wasn't abuse and that it was merely a part of life. I watched women in my immediate and extended family go through all sorts of abuse, yet no one dares to seek help. It frustrated me that when I brought up the topic of domestic violence to my women relatives, they dismissed the conversation before they could even begin. Honestly, I don't understand how these women endured the abuse for so many years, because I know that after enduring 6 long years of constant emotional and verbal abuse, I am finally breaking my silence. I dare to raise awareness of domestic violence in Asian communities by using the Rotary 4-way test. In order to do so, we must address and answer the following 4 questions. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? Personally speaking, although not statistically proven, it is the truth that 8 out of 10 Asian women I know are currently going through domestic violence. It is also the truth that according to Asian Pacific Institute of Gender-Based Violence, Asian women accounts for the least amount of reports made regarding domestic violence, as opposed to women of other race and ethnicity. California, the leading state with the most residents of Asian descent, conducted a research study in 2015 and found that only 9% of Asian women across the state reported experiencing domestic violence. It is also the truth that 5%, It is also the truth that the Fifth Amendment of these Asian women are being violated by men, yet society turns a blind eye to the situation. Their right to life and liberty is being taken, yet no one dares to address this issue. The second question of the Rotary 4-way test asks, is it fair to all concerned? In order to answer that, we must first understand the Asian culture. According to the Asian American Psychological Association, Asian women tend to underreport domestic violence because of cultural beliefs. Some of the beliefs are as follows. Men are superior to women and must be treated with utmost respect. Family issues are private matters, and women are to be submissive. The Asian community also tends to be collectivist, where the community is prioritized over the individuals in it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not fair for women to accept and believe that domestic violence is inevitable. It is not fair for the children to be exposed to such environments where sons learn they can be abusive toward their wives, and then for daughters to accept the violence committed against them. It is not fair that because domestic violence in Asian communities are underreported, society chooses to ignore its existence. It is not fair for my mother, it is not fair for our sisters, and it is not fair for your daughters. The third question of the Rotary 4-way test asks, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Women continuing to feel inferior to men will not build goodwill, and women continuing to stay silent will not strengthen any friendships. However, goodwill can and will be built if different cultures come together to educate each other that domestic violence will not be tolerated. Better friendships will be made among not only women but also men if we start to educate ourselves and our surrounding, that learning to respect each other will make a change. The fourth question of the Rotary 4-way test asks, will it be beneficial to all concerned? We, society as a whole, will benefit if both men and women come together to understand that we are all of equal beings. If more people start to address this issue and more people started talking about this, I believe that Asian women will begin to realize that domestic violence isn't a social norm. And that will be both beneficial to women and the children that are learning from their parents. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about time that we stop attaching shame to issues like domestic violence. My mother was supposed to come with me today. She did not. I believe that she is ashamed of me addressing this issue because, well, who wants their community to be thought of in a negative way? It's not good. It's a bad problem, and we need to address this. So I stand before you today to address this issue on behalf of my generation so that future generations will not have to endure this abuse. You heard my voice loud and clear today, and I hope other voices ring loud and clear tomorrow. Thank you.